back to another episode of Jake and Friends. Here we are at Kenda 660 at Willowbank Raceway.
Test day 1 for us.
Yeah.
Test day 2 for Kenda, test day 1 for us.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is split this video up into 2 parts, so hit subscribe. We'll be able to the next part next week when we actually do the racing bit of the whole thing. If you follow us on Facebook, the results will already be up there by the time this video is released as to where we stood and how we went over the weekend. Obviously we haven't experienced it yet. You see how our cars are all nice and clean and put together at the moment, and that's probably not going to stay a thing forever.
No, it will not.
We're waiting on Faz to come out and deliver us some more lead weights for the front of the box body, because it turns out that our car is actually quite short and very light.
I'm internally petrified.
It not even turns out, like we were aware about it when we did it.
We're supposed to get weights, but I've run out of time and we forgot, so Faz are going to bring some more weights out. So the first run for me is going to be basically exactly as it was at the test day, except on a decent track. Low boost, low everything, and just run it and see what make it go down the track, and then after that then we start turning it up.
I think we're going to be pitted with like the who's who of hillbilly YouTube drag racing as well. Holf will probably be over here.
Holf will be here.
I know Junga Bunga Racing. Actually, I'm wearing his shirt right now. This fella, he'll be here shortly.
The Helpin' Boys.
Helpin' Boys, yeah. No one actually knows who they are. But
we didn't bring anywhere near enough alcohol for the Helpin' Boys.
Well, we're pitted right behind Spot On, and they got some pretty interesting cars out here today with Andy's Fox Body and Danny's VL. We're rather big fans of those cars. Ryan already shit the bed.
Ryan's had a drama already today, or yesterday, so he's out.
Ryan, aka Captain Risky, shit a converter in the burnout yesterday. First up though, Nick's cars had some long-standing issues with bumping, and we thought we'd fixed it.
The Mustang and the Lexus. We think we fixed the trans brake problem that it was having, where it was slow to release. Because we fixed that situation, the bump number now changes, because
basically a bump, it releases a trans brake for a set period of time and then closes and then activates it again.
Yeah, so
and that's that knock forward thing that you see drag cars do on the start
before
line.
When it was doing that, obviously the number had to be drastically different because it was releasing at a slow rate. So now we can bring that forward, but we have to test it. So
we're gonna do that.
Make some tractor noises and piss everyone off around here, and then make sure it works.
I got a bad habit of fucking with my car with nitrous on the like just standing still. So I get real paranoid when people do it near me. But I'm willing to hold the camera while someone else does it.
Wait, how good does carbon fiber look on that?
It really does.
You might as well go break your car down, Nick. Also, with his being left-hand drive and mine being right-hand drive, we can hold hands.
If the windows go down,
we can remove the windows.
Yeah, we're still waiting on some window regs for the Fox Body at the moment. These are stuck up permanently. There's like no winders on them whatsoever.
Yeah, look, the whole road trip thing is
looking less and less.
We're running out of time here.
That seemed good?
Yeah, it did, but then it rolled forward. I didn't have to figure out the trans brake.
Quits, go get some lunch?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Let me just...
And we'll touch back when we're back out on... when we're out on track. Testing starts at 3, so as soon as that's a thing, we're going to head out there and, 2 hours, go get some lunch and sign on and then be done with it.
Yeah, that was it, look.
So since Ryan here has heard his car yesterday, we're trying to egg Nick on into entering the little contest as tonight.
I reckon.
10 grand, isn't it?
10 grand.
It's a lot of money.
Now you got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, that'd pay for like a wheel. Even your shout tonight. Beers, bags, works.
Well, what's the worst can happen? You get out first round and you can test for the rest of the night.
It's true, but I'm going to miss out on like 3 hours of testing.
That's 1 hour. It starts at 4.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
What's that?
Is that alright?
You good? We going to do it?
Go tell him. Alright.
Oh, boys, this is on.
You ready?
No.
I really didn't want to do that. The last time this car moved on this drag strip, it had no prep whatsoever, and there's absolutely zero setup time, and now we're going to get out there on track with a full prep
and we're getting
radial.
ready for today to have setup time. We just decided, you know what? Setup time is overrated. That bump setting I just did could cost me 10 grand if I get that wrong.
And the best bit is, the whole idea when they were coming out here was like, nah, we're gonna start where we finished last weekend, we'll start turning it up.
Danny, we're putting weight in the front, giving it all the power.
I hear 1 or 2 of these cars in shootout go like low 4s. Now Captain Risky's back to inform us with the news.
Just give Wade a message, Justin said.
And we are just all about making poor decisions here.
Yep, it's what we do best.
Man, at least that eliminates one of the fastest radial racers in the country.
Yeah, but in like the
only... That's who we've just messaged to get their spot.
Okay, Wade is an amazing guy. He's a top bloke. That car he was running runs like 520s, 530s. That was a car that I could race against and compete. And I'm not saying I would beat him, but like I had a chance with. So, Dave made us up some mad stickers. Thanks, Scott. Just safety first, or third, or what about that? Oh, hang on.
Well, that one's very loose. See, that's why you check them. Looks like the caliper's rubbing in this wheel a bit. You want to put a bit of grease inside that rim so it just lets the caliper slide past easy? Or?
I think it's brake pressure into it, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Probably.
Maybe.
Like you don't
It'll
use
just
the,
push the caliper out a little bit more.
use the, well, if I wear the pads out, it'll go in further.
Exactly.
Which will get away from the...
Smarter. Well, just, do you want to get the grinder? It would take some off the pads.
I don't know if it takes off the caliper, to be honest.
Nah, pads. What are we doing in here, Nicholas?
Oh, I'm just making sure the caliper's tight. Which it is. It's tight.
Is it? It's not wet on the back?
No. It's dry back here.
You've got looks like fluid sitting in the dust shield.
Yeah, that'd be diff oil.
That's fine. It's diff oil.
It's the feature, not a fault.
Yeah, that's a Ford. That's a Ford F100.
It's not going to be grease, and it's just going to be oil that's picked up.
Yep, I got the tip.
Who we got, Nick?
Randall. Hey mate, lovely gentleman named Randall.
How you going? Jake.
Yeah, Randall. He's also known as Mr. Nut. Says it on his car.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that big noisy blower car.
What do you normally run? Big secret?
No, about high 490s. Yep.
Ooh.
This should be good pairing.
You're up against totally untested.
That should be good pairing. He said he's run some, yeah, on a good day that runs some low five. So yeah, be a good race.
should do,
Be a good race.
Good stuff. See you up there.
Yep, thanks mate.
You excited?
A little bit. Also pretty nervous. He's like, what does it normally run? I'm like, honestly, I don't know. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, no idea.
It ran a 6.1 recently.
Yeah, I was like, it's done 2 passes to the 8th so far in its life. And he's like, yeah, I'm like, everyone who had pedal is a 6.1.
This is old mate's 4.9.
Yeah. I'm like, 490 car. That car stood up on the parachute bar at one point and destroyed the car. Had to like rebuild the whole chassis and shit.
Yeah, it looks like you're turning it up, putting the weights on the front, eh?
Yeah.
And you know, after...
Hopefully I cut a light.
Yum yum, pitch some.
You know how after...
That shit's just like a can of carbonated pre-workout. It's great.
Keep your foot on the pedal this
I
time.
have to do that, yeah. On, let go. The thing that's going to put me off the most is that thing's going to be loud.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up on the 2-step, bump it in. I've never bumped it before in this car.
He's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he's
Oh, look, if we could put a little bit of methanol in his fuel tank and we might, you know, his alcohol content might be 3/4 the way there.
Nick's currently in the middle of the mother of all energy drinks. Not a mother, but like a big caffeine, high bump energy drinks. Hopefully be able to cut a bit of a light or something.
He's going to have a panic attack on the start line.
And we'll have cameras there to capture it all.
Done we?
No. I went to do a wee and everyone was f***ing, they're like, yeah, go up. I'm like...
I've got him turned up a little bit.
He got an old mate's head. 153 red light.
Who red lit?
The other guy, Nick Clark.
Oh, did he? I didn't notice he red lit. Are you glad that I told you to turn it up?
A little bit. Dude, 124 to the 60.
I didn't even see it, so I was too busy filming.
124, 553.
I saw the 553.
That was on the second boost setting.
I told you you'd be faster than me by the end of this week.
That was the lowest launch setting.
I'm pretty sure it was 1.
1.
You can take more. The front felt
Dude, lifted the front wheels.
Did it?
Yeah, I got it on film.
Yeah, it did.
Congratulations, brother.
And I let go of the button, I'm like, yep, that's going. And I'm like, foot in.
Oh, dude, once
I saw his red and I was like, get
once you got like 100 foot out, it really started boogieing when it came in.
Hey, foot spotter, you strike again.
You goddamn right.
Awful time.
Hey!
Dude, 124. He went 118.
Yeah, you got it in his head.
Yeah, I did.
That's what that is.
Steedy with food again.
Steedy with the Edie.
Worked up an appetite.
Appetite, wasn't it?
124 to the 60 foot.
Yeah, that's brilliant, dude. Brilliant. Congratulations, Nicholas.
I went from the loudest car in round 1 to the loudest car in round 2. Oh, nice. So I went from Randall to O'Carroll.
Did you go? Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I've got O'Carroll. So how many short straws are you?
Man. No, Carroll's a perfect one. He's going to be, if he f***s this up, he's going to be so angry later on.
So right now, from our last little Sydney session, okay, he wants to win. I did say to him at one point, I'm going to take his big block out and put a 3RZ in it, and he got pretty emotional.
we wound
Just
him
for
up
fun.
massively.
We did.
He was at the point I thought he was going to punch us.
I did think he was going to hit me. Yeah. he shook my hand like a nice guy, and I'm like, oh, he doesn't like me.
That shake of the hand was grabbing it as like a warning. That was like
he was
punching
like,
distance.
He was like, oh, I've got a Malibu at home, and I'm like, 3 hours at it, mate. 3 hours at it. You did 3 hours at a G-body. And he's like, oh, what would you ever do that in an American car? I'm like, I've done it. And he's just like,
I thought we were going to kick out of their camp. Pretty
smart.
Pretty close. There was some nitrous hate as well.
And his crew guy was getting proper emotional with me. I was just feeding it back to him. He got so sad.
You ready?
No, I wasn't ready last time.
That's good enough for me.
I will be turning it up. I'm putting it all in. All of it in. I'm putting all of it in. I reckon you should be in a 235 to make it fair.
I don't know if it'd be much fairer, would it?
Guess we'll find out tomorrow. What happened there?
Did you get a bit spooked?
Hey?
Did you get spooked and got off it?
I don't know what I did. No, it felt like it was, something didn't feel right. So
It looked like you pedalled it.
Yeah, something didn't feel right, so I pedalled it. And then, I don't know what I did, but when I went to reach down to click second, it was already in second. I don't know whether when I pedalled it, I clicked it in top. I don't know what I did, but I went like that, and it was already there. And I was like, and then because I saw his kaboom, and I'm like, come on! I saw his fire, and I put that throttle pedal went through the firewall. I was like, come on! And I'm like, because it was idle, it was still only like 6,000 RPM, and I was like, what am I doing? And I looked down, and I saw, I'm like, oh, it's in top already. And I went, and it only went at 136.64.
Oh wow! So
I don't know whether I pedaled, like I did pedal it because it didn't. I think it felt like it turned the tire or something. I don't know.
Launch in second though.
No, I couldn't. Trans brake wouldn't work. Second.
Pull some logs, have a look, and then join me in testing, mate.
Hey,
Join me in testing.
Yeah, I don't know what I could have shit me when I saw his time step, but I'm like 560. I could have had him. Join the Jake Friends OnlyFans.
The only friends.
When Lint comes free.
This is that one race that me and Nick have been itching to do for literally years now.
And I mean, I would say that it'd be fairly evenly matched when you consider that this went a 546 today and that went a 553. But
Yeah, 60 foot.
but we all know I'm going to put more in and he's going to put more in. So
I'm not putting in the Hurdy engine tune though.
Dude, burnout comp.
I didn't bring enough engines to put in the Hurdy tune.
Oh, hey, Jake, is your dipstick in this time, or are you going to put oil everywhere again?
We'll work that out on the finish line, mate. That's what the parachute's for. Yep.
Oh, damn! Do you know what this race is? It's a double happiness.
where'd you get those from?
China? Why is your car slowing down?
There's something shifter related wrong. I reached down and it was in second again. And I'm like that. I made sure it was in first before I let go of the button.
You've got there's no shift nor everything in this,
No, I
is
think the shift cable is really close to the body. And I'm wondering whether when an engine's talking it goes, because like it's like I let go of the button and it went, yep, sweet, and then I was like, and I'm like, why did it just shift? Look down and I'm like, why is it in top? Like my hand was still in the shift steering.
Well, 60 foot was great.
Well, 128. Still not good.
Oh, it was great against with Jake. It looked fucking brilliant.
129.
Yeah, it looked
He
brilliant.
beat me on the 60. He beat me in the tree. I went 070 and he
Oh,
went
I wasn't even
050.
filming you then. I was too busy just talking, holding the phone.
I went 075. He went 050.
Or maybe jack it up, see if there's a mark where the
There's got to be something. And if it is, I'm f***ing going again.
well, Jack is there.
Hey, I treat you.
Yeah, I know.
Is that a pic?
Roughing time of the weekend.
So was mine. I went 070 and I'm like, in the car, I'm like, yeah, I got him. And I'm like,
050!
Is that a PB?
Yeah.
Two-step.
There we go. You're in charge of filming now, buddy.
That's been a while since I've actually been in this thing.
So that's it for Kenda test day. It was relatively successful. Nick ran a really decent PB, really good 60 foot. Unfortunately, it was pressurizing the cooling system. Through the catch can, lost about a litre of water came out of the back of it, I think, maybe half a litre. That resulted in Nick doing 1 or 2 more runs, and the cooling pressure just wouldn't come back down, so we decided to just, well, they decided to pull the head off it. He's all eating pistachios and throwing them at Nick and me. They're up till about, I think, 1 or 2 in the morning, pulling the head off. They're currently at Danny's, machining the head, getting it ready to bring back down, put it back on, hopefully make it out there for round 1. This thing here last night did a perfect pass on the first run, like straight up, which I was pretty stoked with. Unfortunately, as we were turning it down and the weather was getting better at the same time, every time we pull power out of it, it would pick up a mile an hour. Ran a bunch of 5.4s, a couple of high 1.2 60 foots, which is ideally in this, for this class, I'd be wanting to run like a 1.30, maybe even a 1.31. So yeah, stick with us. Next week we'll have the Kenda race day video, which is actually where we're on our way to right now, to go sign on, get ready for it. We'll no doubt be back with Nick's putting his head back on. So leave us a comment, let us know what you think. We'll see you next week.